Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a line vertical planner layout for the last week of June in my health and fitness planner. So come plan with me. And I've got these washi tapes here all ready to go, as well as these stat stickers that I made on my computer, this Girl Boss Anna Narrative Hues sticker book, and these Happy Planner sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, gonna go ahead and lay down some wax paper to get started on this week's spread. I have an idea of what stickers I want to use, but not really any plans for how exactly I want to use them, so I do take my time figuring that out, starting off here with some washi at the top. I wanted to use a bit of the color scheme from the stickers there, the popsicle stickers, and apply that to the spread. I will say that I actually really like this washi tape setup a lot more than the one I ended up on in the end. Yeah, I think I started overthinking things a little bit and would have been perfectly happy with this setup that I start off with. Sometimes that happens, but I was worried about the different styles of popsicles that I had and how some were too similar as far as the styling and just a different color, and that kind of led me to my final design. But I think this again would have been really cute if I had kind of stuck with what I started with here in the beginning. And as you can see, there are mainly yellow, almost like a teal blue color, a really bright orange, a bright pink, and then a soft pink colored popsicle style for each. I'm pulling most of these from the Happy Year sticker books. I got those at least 3 years ago, so they're kind of old, but I got 2 of them. I got one on clearance, I think, later in the year. So I have extra of those popsicles. So if you don't have both books, you can still make this happen if you have the popsicle stickers. Just it won't be as full if you don't have the double books. There's also the teacher seasonal sticker book that I showed there in the very beginning. And that one too had very similar styled popsicles, but not a whole page of them like here on the Happy Year sticker book. So just some other place where you might be able to find some if you have that at hand. So here's where I really kind of liked the way that the page was going, but then I wanted to use up more stickers and also was kind of again worried about the styling being too similar with the popsicles being all next to each other. So I worked this quite a bit and come up with a design in the end that, again, I think it works, but I kind of actually like what I had in the beginning a little better. But what are you going to do? Sometimes that happens. I was even trying to create like a twin pop here with those orange popsicles, but I don't know, it didn't look quite right next to each other, even though I tried to make that work. So I decided to separate them again. And here's where I was really trying to work in the different colors and decided that I wanted to have the darker pink popsicles in there too, but didn't have a washi tape that was just that color. I did have the one that I pulled that has a little bit of purple mixed in and it's segmented a little bit, so thought I could bring that in and try to make it work with that color if I wanted to bring in this hot pink. But yeah, I don't know. I, again, worked this quite a bit. Really liked the idea of the overlaying washi tapes with this one, just kind of gradiating across the top. But 4 colors was not quite working for me. I didn't feel like it filled enough. So we're going to try to bring the blue up here into the top. But as I was doing that, I realized that the blue popsicles have the exact same styling as the yellow, and I didn't like that much when I had them next to each other. So then I started trying to rework things and move things around, and that's kind of just what led to my final design. I just didn't want to have all the same style of popsicles next to each other, but I also wanted the gradiating colors. I don't know, like I said. I keep saying that, like I said, but yeah, it did. It took me a while to really come up with something that I was happy with. So now I'm in the Girl Boss Anna Narrative Hue sticker book and am looking for some similar colors to the popsicles that I could use with those stat stickers to carry through the color scheme. And as I was going through, I realized that they really didn't have a good matchup with the brighter orange and the bright pink, you know, the real saturated colors. So that was also a factor in what ended up adjusting this theme. Because of that, I pulled away the darker pinks and then also to even the orange, and decided to stick with the three colors of the soft blue, teal tone, yellow, and pink. I still wanted to do groupings of color on this one. For a moment I thought I might do some alternating color, but I don't think that was going to look very good just with the limited color palette I was now working with, so I ended up sticking with more of a grouping idea. And now I'm just trying to move things around, figure out how I might play with those three colors instead of the five. And then I realized that I had those two really similar colors with the blue and the yellow popsicles looking the same, so I decided to move those to the outside and put the pink ones, which were different, on the inside. And that really helped me feel better about not really layering up those two similar popsicle styles. So let's go ahead and try and get these stat stickers here layered up with the Girl Boss Anna overlay stickers. And I'm just going to put those right on top of the color. Again, just to kind of give a bit of color to those stat stickers. And that's going pretty good. Just cutting and placing. So I'm going to have 3 with the blue and then 2 for the other 2 colors, the yellow and the pink. I'm going to move those orange and pink popsicles out here in a second. Move these around too. For the blue toned ones, there's some variations in the colors of the blue, so I just want to mix it up as well as the colors of the popsicles themselves. And yeah, here's where I'm like, okay, we need to clear out these ones I'm not going to use and save those for another time. So I'm just going to put them all down here in this one sticker book, even though they came out of the 2 Happy Year sticker books. Hopefully I'll remember down the road in case I do another spread with those ones in particular. And for a moment I thought maybe I could bring in some of the orange, but it just wasn't working for me. So I decided to stick with the 3 color, go more into the pastels. I'm just going to peruse these Happy Year books, look for some boxes or something else that I can pull in. And I decided that it would be nice again to add some of that saturated color here. And I saw that there was enough to do this like blue-green tones, some yellow tones, and some pink tones with those boxes. If I cut them down, I can make them fit. And again, this is another instance where it's good to have the two books. You might not be able to pull this off if you don't have two versions of the Happy Year books. Just putting that out there, if you're going to try to replicate this exactly, you will likely need both books to make it happen. So I'm just going to cut off that rounded part at the top and create just some simpler boxes that I can use to track my workouts. Gonna pop those in and then move those excess pieces back into the sticker book for another time. And now here's where I gotta think about the functionality a bit. I definitely am gonna need space, obviously, for workouts, for the stat stickers, and then I also need maybe 6 or 7 lines minimum for my food log. So I'm gonna move some things down here and start with the boxes on the top of the Popsicles in this kind of open area. See how that looks, and that should give me enough space below the stat stickers to add in that food log. And then playing around a little bit with the washi tape, since I ended up already cutting some of it up, just getting it on the sheet so I can see how it will look. And again, more about functionality here. I want to stagger these groups a bit. I'm going to move the pink area down a little and then have the yellow be kind of in between the blue and the pink as far as horizontally on the page, just to give it a little bit of variation, but still allow it to be functional. I think if I redid this, I would put the boxes below and put the Popsicles up all in line in the top box area. I just did a spread though that was kind of like that, so I was really trying not to repeat that style of layout, just to do something different on this page. But I think that just would have been a nicer composition overall. And I needed something here for the sidebar, so I took this quote, it says "Sunshine on my mind," and cut it up, place that there. And then I also found a sun in the Happy Year sticker book and dropped that in, just to add a little bit more yellow, kind of continue that feel into the sidebar. I actually have to eat a popsicle as one of my summer bucket list items, which is kind of fun because I don't think I've had a popsicle in a bit. One summer, I remember eating all of these Outshine bars from Dryers or something, but those were really good. So now I'm thinking about them. I was like, I'm gonna have to get some of those because they're really tasty, and it is summer. It's a nice way to cool off when it gets pretty hot here in SoCal. But it's just something, I don't think about because we don't have kids, so it's just not top of mind to get popsicles when I'm out and about. It's nice to have a little reminder to, just enjoy the little summer things that you kind of forget about as an adult. We'll see how that goes. Maybe this spread will encourage me to get some at the grocery store next time I'm out. So I'm already moving things over. I'm putting in this washi tape here on the top and then cutting it in half and using the second half on the bottom. I think that works pretty well. Again, I really did like that first composition with the yellow, orange, and pink on the top and then the blue on the sides. I think that would have looked nice if I had done this differently. So maybe if you want to recreate this, take a cue from that if you liked that design as well, and use that as your starting point. But this turns out good as well. limiting the color scheme always makes a difference as far as how the spread comes together. So I am happy with the way it looks, even though it's not quite as bright and colorful as I originally thought it would be. So I'm basically just moving things over one by one to start to get the placement right. And then we'll go ahead and try to roll off this section of Popsicles onto the spread. And this works pretty good, actually. Just going in line down the page with what fits. It did make some adjustments here, so I'm going to pull up this quote and just move that over by hand so I can make the necessary movement I need to make it fit. I'm also going to white out that line behind the quote just so it looks a little bit cleaner. And behind the sun as well. And we'll drop in the rest of these stat stickers here in the yellow. Drop in the sun. And then finally move over to the pink Popsicles along with the stat stickers. And once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.